Hello, everyone, and welcome to Gemma's Window. If you have done the calculations in the calculation box below and determined you're a power year number 8, then you are at the right place. Hey, 8s, you only have to calculate your power year number once for the entire year of 2020. Your monthly numbers change, and that's where I come in. And I'm here to tell you, H, that you are in the month of 6. That's for the month of July 2020. Let's review those numbers a little bit and refresh your memory on what they mean. Now, if you are in the power year number 8, this is a potentially very, very nice year to achieve financial success. It's a great year to win finances or inherit money or just come into some kind of windfall. And it's also a great year to be recognized for your strengths, particularly in the workplace. And it's a year where you might be challenged with being organized or your authority, or you may be recognized, for those things. And the number 8, the year of 8 is your most karmic year, and that's why you can be rewarded if you've done things very fairly in your life. And what was the other thing? It just went through my mind. Oh yes, we don't want you to be a victim in the year of 8, and so you can have challenges with that, where you're put into positions that you're blaming others, and the universe wants you to learn to say, others had nothing to do with this. What was my part in it? Now I have to change it and move on. So we want to get your power back, 8s. For some of you in this year. The challenges that come up for you are individual and will resonate with what your life experience has been so far. So if you are someone who falls into victim mode, you may face challenges in this year in relation to being a victim, so that you have the opportunity to learn and grow, take your power back and say, I'm nobody's victim. Now how do I fix it? Now this month of 6 is your most romantic month of the year, 8s, this month of July 2020. And it's about make it or break it in romance. So you might commit to move forward, or you might decide that this person isn't right for me. It's about responsibility. How much am I giving and how much are they giving, and what am I going to do about it, and how am I going to make it more equal? It's a month where you might find yourself being very, very generous, because that's how 6s can be, or 6s can sometimes be a little unrealistic and idealistic. That can happen this month, where you're really not seeing something for what it is. So let's, without further ado, let's take our first deck, 8s, and let's take a look at business. Let's first take a look at our 8s who have a job, and then we're going to look for our 8s who are looking for a job. Now 8s, here's something very important. Sometimes when I listen to myself and my own reading, I realize that even though I've divided things up to make them more specific and make it more interesting and precise, sometimes the words from, say, where I'm not employed resonate with me more than the words for, well, I am employed. And I say, H, that everything I say in this reading is for you. So you take what words resonate with you for your situation, even if romance resonates in your business world, because that's happened to me before when I've listened to my own recordings. The words are for you. They're meant for you to hear. So just be open and listen to everything. And I do move very quickly so that you won't be tied to this channel for too long. Okay, eights, we're going to take a look for those of you who are working and you are an 8 in this, ooh, nice, in this month of 6. So it looks to me that you have a very nice project or plan or promotion coming your way. It's a change in the, it looks to me like you weren't expecting it, 8s. It looks to me like you didn't think something was going to be coming to you, or you didn't think it was finally going to pan out when it finally pans out. And this is a card, it can mean marriage proposal. We are talking about business, but I do want to throw that out there because it may apply to some of you in another area of your life. So it's worthy of mention. But primarily, we're looking at business. That's what I'm aiming to do. And it's talking about a new project given your way, or a new artistic proposal, a new, maybe you get cast in a show, something that you weren't expecting to get. And it's this new life or this new you, and you're like, oh my goodness, it's a new day. And it all comes down to you weren't expecting it. Now, I don't know what you've done before this 8s to get there, but you are recognized for something. And that's very, very nice in the workplace. And yes, it can be a promotion or a new assignment. Let's shuffle these cards again, and let's take a look for 8s who are looking for a job, or maybe you're working and you've sent out feelers for a new job, but I think we've already gotten that answer, that you're going to get some feedback on that. Okay, so we have our 8s, and they've been looking for work. Okay, I don't know how she got in there, but we're going to keep her, and we're going to just pull another one. Okay, good. Okay, 8s, so we've all been affected by this virus situation, and some of us have to go out into it and be in the public every day, and some of us are working from home. And just one second, 8s, I just want to focus on this for just a moment, if I may, because the card that I have in your action spot is the card of there are many, many opportunities and options for you. But you're not sure which way to go or what might be the best situation for you. And I think that the cards are suggesting to look into your past and to look at, what have you always wanted? What have you worked the hardest towards? What have you the most experience in? What is logical and what is yearning? And hopefully you can do both, because we don't want you to just go after the logical, do we? Because there's joy in this reading, and I can feel the joy 8s in here, and we want you to be excited about what's coming next. Now, what I have here for this month of July is that you're not getting the feedback that you'd like, but I want to assure you that the card is saying, it's my rumors card, and it means that consider the source where you're hearing information from, because you're not getting the whole story. You're not knowing everything. Maybe you're just reading a website and you haven't gotten a personal email back yet, kind of thing. And that is something to be considered. You are not hearing or seeing or perceiving the entire picture. But there's something about reaching into the past and really understanding what you're good at, what you've planned for, what you've worked for, what are your certifications in, what are your degrees in, and kind of get back to grassroots to why am I reaching for, F if I've got a degree in A? I hope that answers some of your questions. I know what I mean, and I know that it's general, but I really do hope it answers some of your questions, 8s, that don't spread yourself too thin and understand your priorities in the workplace and what you're good at, and let people know about them. Oh yes, we had our Queen of Pentacles come forward. Now I don't usually put my queens in the deck when I shuffle, but since she did come up, to me, when I look at this for you, eights, it's about, there's someone that's really rooting for you. It could possibly be a female figure, and she's really rooting for you. She's rooted for you perhaps in the past, and you may not believe it or know it or realize it, but she really has. So let that person work their magic for you, or if it's a case of, oh, I didn't think they liked me, reach out to them, take a chance, to be sure that you lock in what it is you're really good at and what it is you really desire. Eights, let's take a look at relationship. Now, for those of you eights who are in a relationship, let's start there. And oh, what a Jim Dandy card we have. Very, very nice. Very, very nice. You know, there seems to be a past feeling across the board for you eights, where it's a past life feeling, a past connection, a past love, a past craft that you were good at, a past idea that you had. And it shows up again in the way of relationships. Now, I have here that you have a really, really good relationship, and that there seem to be roots and connections in this relationship. Maybe your families knew each other. Maybe you went to school together somewhere along the line and re-met up. Maybe it's somebody that you went out with long ago and that you re-met up and you're seeing each other again. I do want you to know that the cards are saying is that you do have a good relationship, but there are outside sources that are going to cause conflicts. It's a new day. So when you know, this is an example for some of you. When you went out at one time and it was just the two of you, now when you get back together again, perhaps sometime later, well, now suddenly maybe someone's been married before and there's a child in the picture, or there's some kind of complication, or maybe someone started to see someone else and now there's a love triangle situation. But I feel like the reading is meant to tell you that whatever arises and causes a conflict in your relationship in this month of July, you are meant to be in the relationship that you are in. So definitely stick to it. Have faith in it, eights. You may have a little karmic debt coming up, something that you've got to take care of. There might be a little jealousy in this month of 6, but you have a good thing, so try to keep the faith and try to see the big picture and get through this month of July. Now, let's take another shuffle and let's take a look at our eights who are looking for romance in this fabulous month of 6 for you in July of 2020. And let's see. Let's see what we have. Okay. Okay. So let's see. We have what I feel like is happening. There's, you know, eights. We're talking about this month of 6, and as I mentioned initially, about 6 represents responsibility, and it represents how much you have given and how much someone else has given. Somehow, some way, I have got both of these cards in front of me where you are the asserter, and the other card that says the other person is the asserter, the assertive one. And in the middle, I've got the Chariot, which is a black and white horse, meaning nobody knows what to do. So there seems to be a lot of confusion surrounding your love life, because you're saying, well, I don't want to chase that person, and I don't want to do another app. But at the same time, the person that you could be a partner with is saying the same thing. And you're missing each other. You're missing each other in the midst. So I feel like I'm meant to tell you, you have a great month this month of 6, this month of July, and it's a great time for you to go out there and assert yourself in some way, or as they say, be in it to win it. At least go to the function, at least go to the barbecue, at least respond to the, I don't know, the winks that you get. At least hold up your half of the bargain, because what I have is I pulled an extra card by mistake, and I have my 6 of Cups card, and it shows that you've got so much to give. You're at such a good time in your life for a relationship, and yet you're distraught and you're unsettled and you're not sure what to do. And I feel like the reading is suggesting that if everybody stays home or stays off of the computer, how is it that anyone will meet anyone? And I'm going to leave it at that, 8s. I'm going to leave it at that. We're going to move on, and we're going to move to our last section, and that is any question that you have. So 8s, go ahead and feel free to ask any question at all. Be very specific and just tweak my words to fit and create an answer, but just don't change the outcome of the answer. And I'm shuffling these cards, and it's going to give us the best possible outcome for any question our 8s have for this month of July 2020. What's the best we can expect? Here we go. Okay. It's all about relocation. Relocation, changes within perhaps where you're living, changes perhaps where perhaps you're seeing someone and you would like them to relocate and be a little closer to you. And I feel like this is a very, very nice reading, and I don't want to attack it from too many angles because I want it to just stay a very nice reading. And everything is about relocation, and that if it's meant to work out and if it's meant to be, this month of July will have, maybe you decide suddenly, you just wake up one morning and you're open to the idea of moving, relocating, making some kind of a change. Maybe your loved one is open to the idea of, let's commit and let's move in together. Let's get a little closer. There's something in the past that has worked for you. There's something that you have said or done in prior months, or perhaps during the month of July inadvertently, and you have just created this sudden change where everybody's a winner. Everybody's a winner somehow at the end of the line. And I'm just going to give you one example that pops into my head, is that if you've been waiting for someone to maybe end another relationship and you didn't really feel they were ever going to really end it and come to you, this is kind of the reading that says they meant what they said. They did do what they needed to do. They did leave the household that they were perhaps living in, sharing with someone, and that could be their parents. And they do want to move forward with you in a positive way and build something together. Now that's just one example. It could be about anything, but that you've set the wheels in motion, or you will in July, and you may not have even been trying, but you were just being yourself, and you were clear about what your desires were. And before you know it, you get that transfer that you wanted at work, or you suddenly decide, well, I'm going to leave. I just am. This isn't what I want. And you immediately find that new position that you want. It's a magical card. You have the magician that you're going into. It's the beginning of a new era, but it's also a person that can pull that rabbit out of the hat and really make it happen. It's also my real estate or movement card. So you've got a really nice response on that question. And of course, if you ever wanted to send me questions about your July reading in your life, just jump onto my website at gemmaswindow@gmail.com. And of course, if you haven't subscribed, please do. I'd love to have you. And for now, H, that's all that we have for July 2020. So have a beautiful, beautiful month of summer. I hope it's gorgeous wherever you are and you enjoy yourself and you're happy and you're healthy. And I'll see you next time. Thanks so much, H. Bye for now.